Hey, welcome back to Video Canal, and I'm Mac, and this is about New England, and I want to talk to you today about the French connection in New England. And essentially, there's two groups of French types of people, and that is there was a group from Nova Scotia, and they were basically kicked out of Nova Scotia. Half of them went down to Louisiana, the other half went up to northern Maine. Fort Kent over to Van Buren, those are the Acadians. The Acacians went south, the Acadians went north. And they're all that French, and it's an old style of French. And then the other type of French, for the most part, here in New England, are the ones that come from Quebec, and they are called the Quebecois. And you'll see the Quebecois very predominantly in places like Lewiston, Maine, Biddeford, and the big mill towns and down through Lowell, across New England. You'll see these. If they're French, most of the time they're Quebecois, but in northern Maine is the Acadians. Now, there's an Acadian I want you to meet, and we're going to have a series here called The French Connection, but I want you to meet this guy. Hello, bonjour. My name is Jacques. I have a brother named Pierre, and I have a sister named Pierrette. And I'm going to tell you today the story there of my brother Pierre. Now, Pierre he lives up on top of Fort Kentla, and he is a good guy, and he worked hard in the woods. He'd go down to the Halligash, and he would work, and he would cut wood, and he would work, and he would cut wood. Great guy. Well, one day he decided he was going to go down to Florida. It was winter, he was sick of the snow, and it was time. The neige, no more. We're going south to Florida. And so Pierre, he takes and he calls the contractor, and he says to the contractor there, he says, look, come to the house. I want you to see some work I need done. Contractor comes over, and they talk about the thing there that he needs to have done. He says, I want three things there. One, I want here on the floor, I want wall-to-wall floor there, me. And the contractor, he writes down, he knows exactly what he says there. He says wall-to-wall floor, wall-to-wall carpeting. Yeah, yeah, foam underneath, good, good. Do you want the big or the small? He says, oh, I want the big for my toes. And so he writes that down. He says, what else did you want there? And he says, oh, I want the church a type of ceiling there. You know, that church, and the time that it has the echo there, and you go, whoo, and it goes, whoo, whoo, whoo. I want it big, big, big church a ceiling. And so the contractor, he knows Pierre, he says, he writes down cathedral ceiling. And he writes that down. He says, good, good. And he says, what else do you want? He says, over there, I want a halo, the statue. And he says, built in or just on? He says, oh, make beautiful, make beautiful. So he writes down halo and statue, the Mother Mary. So Pierre goes down to Florida, and he comes back. He goes into the house, and he looks, and he takes his shoes and his socks off, and he puts his feet in the big shag carpet there, and he's looking around, dancing around. Oh, wall to wall floor there, me. This is good. This is good. And he go, oh, look at that ceiling. Whoo! And he gets the echo back, and oh, I like the ceiling. Oh, this is beautiful. And he looks over. And he says, who's she? So he goes into the kitchen, and he calls the contractor, and he says, the floor there, it's beautiful. That's beautiful. And the ceiling, oh, the echo there, oh, it's big, spacious. But who's the lady and the baby on the wall there? He said, you said the halo and the statue. I wrote right down Mother Mary. Mother Mary? He says, I wanted the halo statue. Stay tuned for more stories about Pierre and Jacques.